First of all, good morning. I would like to thank you for attending this morning and for sharing your time with me and with all of us. My name is Jorge Mendoza, and before we get started, I would like to get one small story out of the way. If you know anything about the military and especially the Army, we're a bunch of storytellers. So there I was. Let me backtrack a little bit. I should clue you in that in the military, and especially in the Army, when we start a story, we use that phrase, there I was. And actually, to be honest, it's supposed to be no shoot, there I was, with that shoot obviously being something else. And in response, the audience, my soldiers, my peers will respond to me, no shoot. But with this being a professional setting, I want to go ahead and leave that at a family-friendly environment. So there I was, no way. Young Private Mendoza, I had been in the military for about a year now. I had completed my military basic training, my military occupational training, and now I was at my first duty station. And I've been there for about 6 months, when lucky me, I was tasked to drive my battalion commander around. If you know anything about the ranking structure in the military, a battalion commander, normally a lieutenant colonel, he's, obviously at the battalion, he's the highest you can go. And a battalion being anywhere between 800 to 1,200, soldiers and individuals, some civilians sometimes. But his driver for the next week was supposed to be out. I believe he was sick. So in turn, my sergeants tell me, you know what, we selected you. You're gonna go ahead and drive the battalion commander. And I thought here, well, that's a reward. That's something based on merit. So I thought I was doing well. And so I wanted to impress the lieutenant commander. So I wanted to be punctual, I wanted to be on top of things. I didn't want him to kind of need for anything. But I also wanted to impress him by being witty, by being funny, by being insightful. So I was nervous. I was nervous the entire time I was driving for that week. But halfway through the week, I mustered the courage to ask him, "Sir, can I ask you a question?" He's like, "Private Mendoza, go ahead." "Sir, how does it feel to have hundreds of soldiers working for you?" Hesitated for not even a second and responded, "I don't know." Well, as you can imagine, I was shocked. I didn't know what to think. But immediately after that, "I don't know," he followed with, "But I can tell you how it feels to work for hundreds of soldiers." It is that sentiment, that question, that answer that has stuck with me for over 30 years now. Through all my deployments, through all my leadership positions, my successes, my failures, through raising a family, raising my kids, it made me realize that leadership, regardless of what you see on textbooks and regardless of what definition you draw from a class, from a lecture, from a book, leadership, for me at least, is taking care of people. And subsequently, that's what drove me, and which I've been thinking about for a while, drove me to write The Hats of Leadership.